Welcome back to Disco Elysium. So, Titus Hardy gave us the name and location of the assault victim. Let's knock on her door and see what she has to say. This does tie in with the investigation. We're making some headway.
The door is closed.
Knock on the door.
Who is it?
A woman's voice answers, muffled by the door.
Tired. Controlled.
This is the police. Can we come in?
Come on up. The door is open. I'm drying my hair.
Sounds like it's coming from upstairs somewhere. You could snoop around before going up.
Well, snooping around sounds like something we'd do. New area. A new room. Let's have a look around. Hotel bill calculations. Looks like she's had an extended stay. Piles of dirty clothes. A woman's. Let's take our tear bag. There's probably some... There's a bottle. It's good for tear. Any more bottles? Not that I can see. Yes, and let's enter somebody's bathroom, as you do. You see the yard below. The corpse is no longer there. I imagine this message would be different if we didn't take the corpse down.
This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills, haphazardly stacked, one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there.
Let's look at the toothbrush.
It's been used quite a lot, but not for scrubbing blood off towels, or anything else interesting, it seems.
Darn it. Look at the medications.
Pharmaceuticals line the shelves, sheet upon sheet of pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners.
There's quite a collection in here.
Anything of note?
He asks in a lowered voice. Search the bottles.
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoparidol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads, Nacra. Nacra, this is used to treat opioid overdoses. Always handy to have around.
Always handy to have some opioid antagonists. Nacra, opioid antagonist.
Interesting. That's used for diamorphine overdoses.
The lieutenant nods, then looks at the door. Search the pill sheets.
Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gottwaldian, marked red blister packs you find. What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how.
Oh, our electrochemistry is quite high. +1 because chemical hangover into 97%. I don't think I need chat's help for this. Is there anything a little bit of something in here that we could maybe take for as evidence?
A bright orange bottle with peptide stamped on it, in sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat just holding that little plastic container. And your chest swells with pride. Look, it's made right here in Revachol by San Baptiste, a proud Revacholian pharmaceutical company with great traditions.
What's so exciting about this orange bottle?
It's speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it dextroamphetamine and talk about psychological disorders. But what we're seeing here is some scientifically advanced trucker speed.
Oh hell yes. That is our quest. Find speed and sniff it. We want that speed. I think if we tell Kim it's there, it's gonna lower our chances of just stealing it, which is currently at 72%, -1 sweaty hands, +1 need for speed. How about the chat decides? Are we gonna mention it? Are we just gonna take it in plain sight? Or are we gonna take it in secret? Which is it? Okay, let's try one more time. I'm not sure if it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. Let's give it one more try. It should give you an opportunity to just click on the option here. I guess not. You know what? Let's just try to take it in secret. It's at 72%. We can probably do it.
Silently, the bottle slides into your palm. Then, as you turn, into your pocket. Feels so sleek and beautiful. You got it. Here comes the afterburner. Time to become a super detective again, Harry. Just put it in your sweaty little hand now.
Close the cabinet. We got speed, we got Saint Baptiste Peptide, which gives us +1 to Motorix, +1 to Psyche. That would be because of one of our thoughts. -1 morale, as drugs will bring down your morale, generally. Let's see what we're gonna get if we put it on our sweaty hand. There it is. That's electrochemistry for sure.
Now that you've acquired some stimulants, it's time for a little pick-me-up. Time to detect.
Will it make me into a super cop?
It'll make you into more than that. A mega cop. This is your modus operandi. This is how you've done it for years. Let's go.
But Kim's here. Won't he be disappointed?
See? That's your problem. A lack of confidence. Speed can help you with that. And, Kim, it can help you with everything.
This is going to be really bad for my health, isn't it?
It's not ideal, no. But you need the zeal. Let's face it, you're never going to finish this case without cheating.
I mean, yes, we've already tried just about every substance we've come across, and it is a quest to find speed and sniff it. How could we not? My body is ready. Let's do some speed.
You raise the peptide bottle, press one nostril closed, and inhale furiously with the other. The rush is almost immediate. It tastes bitter and caustic, and stings a bit inside your nose.
Good to have you back, Officer Megacop. The world has been waiting.
Now the taste is slowly receding into your throat. The rush is growing in intensity, your little heart pounding like a bird in a cage. A sweat breaks out across your brow. Your jaw clenches.
Task completed.
And, let's be honest, there's a little chest pain. The good kind, of course. You may want to blast a nosofed or something. You could work with this high. Like, literally work. Solve the case. File some papers. Maybe clean up your hostel room. Then solve another case. Then start a side investigation into the paranatural. Then build a radio computer.
Well, that's pretty much something we've been doing all the time.
Time for a little truth. Tell the lieutenant you did some. Clear the air.
Kim, I did a little speed. I hope you don't mind. It was for professional reasons.
I'm not your mother. I don't care. Do what you have to do.
As long as you remain functional, he thinks. Now, let's get back to work.
Feels great. Aren't there any downsides to this at all?
To this? You kidding? There are downsides to not being on it.
I agree.
There are massive downsides. It's a potent neurotoxin. You're turning yourself into a frayed idiot.
Cool, let's boogie. Let's fucking go!
Spring. Everything is clear around you. You're ready to concentrate on the next task in the task chain.
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a speed button. Speed gives +1 to motoric skills, perception, reaction speed, hand-eye coordination, savoir-faire, interfacing, and composure. This is good before white check. but damages your morale.
Nah, who gives a shit about morale? I'm a super cop. I'm a mega cop. All right, let's keep exploring. Let's keep investigating. This room has sad all over it. Reminds you of your own. Oh, something, I didn't reload my save. We actually did do some alcohol off screen. So we're drunk and we're high on speed. It's probably fine. It is a little bit of we missed this. I did this. I forgot to reload my save. But yes, we're drunk as well. We're drunk and we're high on speed. You feel someone watching you behind the glass door. A woman. This bed has been hastily made. And there's a window. We can interact with that.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
Run your finger across the surface of the glass.
Smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges. But the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface.
This window was recently replaced.
Looks like it, yes.
He adjusts his glasses.
You know which window has not been recently replaced?
What? The one I smashed in my room?
Yes, that one. Cold wind is seeping in right now. Just one floor below you. Messing up your concentration here.
I don't give a shit. I'm high on speed. Alright, let's step onto the balcony. Which is where Miss Oranje Disco Dancer has been standing for a while. We noticed her when we were walking across the courtyard. Now we're up on the balcony, where she is. Let's see. How would we want to improve our stats with Miss Oranje Disco Dancer? Half-light versus electrochemistry. I think we just did some speed. We should go with electrochemistry for sure. Reaction speed, yes. Drama or logic. Let's go with logic. We're a logical person. A logical person who does drugs. Suggestion. It's going to bring our half-light down a little bit, but our half-light's pretty good. Visual calculus. I think we're good. This is the look we're going with. What's this? The smell of cigarette smoke in the air. Astra menthol. Cold coffee and an ashtray that looks like a hedgehog. Look! A handful of dried white wildflowers.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air.
Hand-eye coordination at 72%. It's a red check. We won't be able to retry this. I'm gonna ask chat to improve my motorics. You will have to reduce one of my other stats to bring that up. And as I click this button, you should be able to do just that. If you want me to get hand-eye coordination to 5, you need to bring up my motorics. Or you can bring it down if you want me to fail. What do you think? %72% is not bad, but it could be better than that, right? It could be 82. Oh, still at 72. Something tells me this doesn't work properly. Well, move your hand fast.
You catch a single white flower between your fingers. The rest fly off into the wind. It's a Maybell.
Hell yes.
The young woman looks at the Maybell in your hand. just a glance, then takes a drag of her cigarette. The lieutenant gives you an acknowledging little nod.
Let's have a look at that. What do we get? Dried maybells. This is the wild flower you caught. One of a bouquet of muguets. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that. That you found on the whirling roof. It's shedding its petals quickly in your pocket. We can interact.
6 crumbling petals rest on your palm. They're white, a bell-shaped crown.
What is this, Kim?
This is the Insulindian lily, called Maybells or Lucille's tears during the Revolution. Girls used to pin these on soldiers before sending them off to battle.
Who pinned them? Which side?
The revolutionaries, so the communards and the anarchists. White's their color, but the custom started in the suzerain's army, so it held meaning for the kingsmen too. It's about girls and boys more than sides. Girls sending off boys who are going to their deaths, then also dying themselves in the ruins from dysentery and consumption. It's a symbol of the Civil War.
That's pretty morose. Does this flower blossom in early spring?
Yes, but not this early. Not to my knowledge. It looks dried, preserved.
Is it a coincidence, it being on the roof?
Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see.
That's unusual for Kim. Usually he would say, oh, that's just a coincidence. There's nothing to this. Very well. Let's put the flower back in our pocket.
The petals feel dry and fragile in your hand. Water flows under the channel bridge. Dark water. You rub your sides for warmth, but there is none.
Blow on your fingers.
Inland, above the Martinez distributary, the channel that brought wastewater from the silk mills of Jamrock, and then dead bodies during the war. The wrinkled fingers of an old man crush flower petals, then sprinkle them in the stream like white salt. Wait, have you noticed there's a war veteran playing a ball game on the plaza? You should ask him about the flowers.
We did notice the war veteran. We spoke with him last time. Alright. Found some maybells. Probably not related to the murder. You never know. This door, let's check that real quick.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Push it.
It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar rattle in the brackets. Sounds like it's heavy too. Very sturdy.
Where does this lead to?
I don't know.
He makes a note in his notebook.
It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your mysterious blue kitchen door.
Do you think it's important?
I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case.
Below, the hostel cafeteria creaks and groans under your added weight. A skeleton of composite support beams and cantilevers.
Tap on the roof with your foot.
A dull thump. Somewhere inside, a wind brace rattles from the imperceptible motion of the building.
The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant.
See? The main investigation and the door below are merging into a stereo investigation. Just like we said. Probably about 10 updates ago.
I hate it when that happens.
Don't we all? 42% to kick down the door. +1 anti-object task force initiate. +1 anti-object task force expert. Let's see, do we have any physical instrument stuff? And didn't we have, let's see. Not that. No, I don't think we have the take your shirt off thing. But we may be able to increase our physical instrument with the white tank top. It's +1. I think that's all we have for that stat.
The same small, heavy door.
58%.
Sight.
Again, I'm going to ask chat to increase my physique for this. Maybe we can actually kick down the door. For this, you'd have to improve my physique and remove a stat from another. Take away another attribute. Let's see if you want me to improve on that or be worse at it. It's your call. I do hope it works. Not quite, but it's still 58%. It's better than half. Let's try it. Hell yes.
Something cracks inside. It is an unbelievably satisfying sound.
It's the sound of success.
Nice.
The young woman nods.
Filling you with a belief in your own body.
Sounds like the property damage wasn't in vain, at least. Would it hurt to look in?
I thought it was an Ace's high moment, Kim.
I don't know about that.
The lieutenant smiles an uncomfortable smile.
It totally was.
It totally was. Let's see. Well, we can check it out later. Perhaps right now we should speak with Klaasje Amando, Miss Oranje Disco Dancer, about the assault.
Welcome to the roof.
The young woman has a cigarette in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other.
Her hair is still slick from the shower. Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and lean, then toned over several years of self-defense training. You can sense it in the sharp pointing of her elbows.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
Nice view you've got here.
It's much nicer now.
Her eyes wander north toward the yard.
Where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible from the roof, but no longer.
Thank you for that, officers. Truly.
There is something in her light brown eyes, a sadness, when she thinks about the death of that man.
You mentioned a cleaning lady. I think I need one.
Oh yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
Disco Infernum.
They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the infernum.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I believe you have already met my colleague from Precinct 41.
Have I ever? This is the one and only superstar cop. He's kind of a big deal around here.
Hear that, Kim? I am a huge deal around here.
Mace, I don't know what he's told you, but there are no superstars among police officers.
Except for myself.
Of course there are. Look at him. He is the Phoenix. What brings the Phoenix back to me?
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
Huh. I see.
She takes a pensive drag of her menthol cigarette.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you have been through something difficult. No need to dilly-dally. She's tough.
Thanks, Coach. I think I'll dilly-dally this time.
You sound like a namby-pamby.
I'm sure I will. What is your name, miss? For the record.
Klaasje Amando.
And where are you from?
Vredefort, Republic of Oranje.
Wasn't the tattoo on the hanged man an Oranese map of the waterways? The thought begins to form in your head, then dissipates. Something for later.
That is true. We did talk to Choice about that, and supposedly the tattoos were the Oranjese waterways. What is Oranje?
A bad memory, officer.
A bad memory of what?
Of lilacs and lightning. Parks, glass, duraluminum. Fredefort is a conference city. It's always autumn there. And night. At least it was for me.
What's so bad about that?
Nothing. If you're no longer there.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
She takes a drag. What do you do, miss? What is your specialization?
Something stupid.
What would that be?
Oranese lit.
Oranje lit?
Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university.
She raises both eyebrows. What is Oranje's literature about?
Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are. Only the name of the nation changes.
If that's true, then Revacholian lit would fit you like a glove.
Would it? I mean, we are a bit of a nationalist. Oranje's lit. What do you do with Oranje's lit?
Nothing. I do nothing with it.
How do you make money then? Money's very important, as we show her some money.
Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with Oranese lit.
Being what?
Many things. A roller skating instructor, a secretary, Miss Oranje 37.
She smiles.
It's the world's most tired smile. Miss Oranje, now there is something you should linger on.
Wouldn't it be inappropriate to linger?
All things considered, very. Now linger.
Well, I'm on speed and I'm also drunk. Of course, we're gonna go with that. One is Miss Oranje 37.
It's a beauty pageant held in the year of our century 37 in Oranje.
She was 14 at the time.
What is a beauty pageant?
It's a competition for stupid girls. Men look at them and choose the most beautiful.
What is beauty?
When you have the fewest deviations from the norm. I've been told it's a type of mediocrity that I possess.
So you were the most beautiful?
Yes. And for that, I got a crown and a sash and a scepter. And a scholarship to study Oranese lit.
You were 14?
Indeed.
Her voice is indifferent to the number.
I'm gonna leave this up for the chat. Raise our thumb and say cool. Lower our thumb and say we disapprove of this custom of beauty pageants. And, or we could just say, I don't think I've ever been 14. What shall we say? Well, we're going to say nothing. However, we do have... Let's see here. We have so many of these thoughts. There we go. Inexplicable feminist agenda, which we haven't internalized yet. You know what? Speaking of which, let's unlock this new slot. I think inexplicable feminist agenda in us tells us that we disapprove, while Revacholian nationhood probably approves. Let's bring out our dice for this specific one. Let's see. Just gonna roll a... Well, let's roll a d6. No, a d4. The d4 will do. Let's say if this is the first 1 or 2, we're gonna pick the first one. If it's 3 or 4, we're gonna pick the second one. No, let's make it 6. Let's make it 6. So 1 through 2 is going to be cool. 3, 4 is gonna be disapprove. 5, 6 is gonna be I don't think we've ever been 14. Let's see. We have a 1. We're gonna think it's cool. Cool.
Full disclosure, I was Miss Teen Oranje 37. The pageant was discontinued recently.
Another innocent tradition bulldozed by the march of ethical progress.
Now, isn't that just awful? Could we take a look at your passport, please?
I'm afraid you can't, officer.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets.
Thank you for your candor. Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river.
I'm pretty sure I have the legal right to demand your passport, miss.
Look, officers, I like this place, but I don't want to be stuck wandering the city like a ghost after being robbed of my travel documents. I don't want to become an indentured servant in a brothel on Boogie Street, and I don't want my relatives to pay the ransom.
There are plenty of other reasons for hiding your documents from the law.
That's not why you hid it, though.
It's also why I hid it.
Why else?
He's suddenly very attentive.
I'm an unpopular girl. There are people back home who don't like me. If they show up, I'm in a hurry. The kind of hurry where you can't afford to not find your documents. But don't worry, this has nothing to do with your investigation.
What kind of people are these? The ones that don't like you?
I would love to change the subject. It's not important. Unless I'm some kind of suspect.
She arches an eyebrow.
Didn't she say you would have to interrogate her before? And that she didn't do it? What was up with that?
Earlier you said I would have to interrogate you. Suspects are interrogated.
Well, well. It seems I either underestimated you or overestimated your hangover, officer. If I didn't know better, I'd say you feigned that fuck having lied to get me to say something stupid. Was that so?
The lieutenant gives you a little look. It's good we discussed your history with her, he thinks. I can play along.
Yeah, let's play along with that. Turns out it did suck. For you.
Not too hard. You told us about the investigation Friday night. Downstairs, at a table full of local kids and dock workers. You told pretty much everyone. After you showed them your gun.
Oh, shh.
Anyway, I thought it would be funny to say I didn't do it, because I knew about your investigation. Does that make me a suspect? I really must stop saying stupid things.
No, we've just come to talk.
Phew.
She wipes her brow.
Playfully. She doesn't seem to be overly distressed. Or distressed at all, really.
How do I know you've told us your real name?
If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Klaasje Mondu. It's a weird name.
She seems to be telling the truth, sire.
No, Drama thinks she's being sincere. Okay then.
Okie dokie.
She pours herself more coffee. Thank you. That's it. For the record.
The record. So official.
Well, let's go off the official for a bit. That's a nice room you've got here.
Yeah. It's pretty deluxe.
No one likes to talk about their dirty laundry and their empty bottles. Maybe if you phrase it emotionally.
Oh, emotionally, yes. That would be this, but yeah, let's just go with that. Hate to say it, but you've got sad all over the place.
Yeah. I've contaminated it pretty bad.
Is that why we're out here?
The contamination spreads from room to room. First, I escaped upstairs. The sad got that too. Then I found the handle for the summer door.
What exactly is the nature of this contamination?
For me, it's a mix of me with a lack of cleaning services. How about you?
Pretty much the same.
Talk around the establishment is You have an industrial sad spill in there.
She taps the roof with her heel.
Somewhere below, military-grade SAD is dripping off the walls. You should say the first thing. It's honest. It will lead to introspection.
I do like the first one. We could also say that we hate objects because we're the anti-object task force. That is a thought we internalized. It's a demon who smells of betrayal and apricots. For me, it's alcoholism, miss. Or we don't know what it is. Perhaps the chat can decide this for us. What is it? Why is there an industrial sad spill in our hotel room? I guess we're just gonna go with Inland Empire. Something's bad in my head in the past.
That's where it always comes from, isn't it? From the head and from the past.
It's a feeling. White and filled with doom. Gaseous, invisible, deadly. It's everywhere.
Sounds like an advanced form of what I've got. With a bit of old love sprinkled on top.
Doesn't feel like love at all.
Are you sure? Love is terror.
She breathes in a large billow of menthol-infused smoke, savors it, then lets it out slowly.
Sheer terror, panic, and screaming.
What are you doing here, in the whirling in rags?
I'm wintering.
How long have you been staying here?
About 4 months. I came in November.
Why here?
Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol?
Oh, that's a good question. I guess here in Martinez would be the cop answer.
I heard this is where the washed-up disco has-beens go.
No, this is Sassy Town. It's where the future of dance lies.
If you say so, officer. If you say so.
You have quite a collection of prescription drugs down there,
Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort into it.
she says without any discernible irony.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still reprimand her. No, don't listen to the stiff. Be cool.
I mean, we just did some of her drugs. I don't think we need to be a stiff. It was quite impressive. How did you amass such a hoard?
With money, sir. It's not exactly the NT-star size caboodle I intend for it to be one day, but it's getting there.
Well, the collection includes Nacra, an opioid antagonist.
Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids.
Is that something that happens to you often, miss?
His tone isn't aggressive, just inquisitive.
Better safe than sorry.
She takes a drag and smiles. You seem to have, among other things, Preptide.
Oh, yes. One of my favorites. It cures many ailments.
Such as?
Like not being able to stay up for 36 hours. Not being happy. It cures those ailments. It's just a merit speed molecule, basically.
Cool. I took some. For personal use as we show her the Preptide.
Huh? Motherfucker took my Preptide? Looks like you owe me one, officer. I'm talking serious corruption here.
This does not amount to actual corruption. I can easily log it under confiscation.
Can you log the Preptide in my nostrils as confiscation too, Kim? Because that would be super convenient.
Robbed by common highwaymen.
It's hard to tell if she means it in earnest or as a joke. She's not angry, but it's true. She's gonna have to find some more Preptide now.
That sucks for her. That window is new.
It is.
She moves slightly to her left to check her reflection in it.
The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook. He finds the answer unsatisfying.
We have some other questions, miss.
Okay.
Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke.
Let's see. Let's continue with the small talk for just a bit. What is this wild flower that we just picked up?
She looks at the dried petals in your palm, then lightly touches one with her fingernail. Chipped white polish covers the nail. It's long and sharp, like a mini dagger. The petal crumbles on contact.
Pretty. Looks like a dried maybell. Is that the one you caught? Sambo style?
Sudden change of topic.
All right. I like it sudden.
Oh, wait. I thought we were gonna say that. We were just gonna switch to topic. Let's do it again.
She looked chipped.
Pretty. Looks like a dried maybell. Is that the one you caught? Sambo style?
Why was it there?
Why was there a flower on the roof? I don't know, officer. Because of the wind?
Or an admirer?
Any admirers, miss?
Admirers? I'm too old to be a debutante. And this place is no fashionable society.
Question avoided. Let's conclude that she has admirers. Plenty of them.
Well, let's ask a personal question because her room is close to ours.
Yes, you're just one room away. Very personal.
Good. Yes. This means she could have heard something. Like what you were doing before you blacked out.
Were you in Sunday night? I need to know what I did before I lost my memory.
You do not need to know that. What you need is to ask normal police questions, like...
He waits for you to finish the sentence.
Get a grip, he thinks. At least do your personal stuff when I'm not here.
Well, gotcha, Kim. We did get another quest. Ask Klaasje about Sunday night. When Kim's not around to stop you, ask Klaasje about what she heard from her room the night before you emerged into reality. She must know something. We also got asked the petanque player about Maybells. And we are talking to the assault victim right now. But that's another couple of quests we have. Also, whirling secret passages. We did break the door. That probably has to do with that. Alright. Let's go on with it. It tells you've been through something difficult.
Something difficult? I've been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean?
Were you sexually assaulted, miss?
By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
She takes a quick drag, unperturbed.
Yes.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it?
I'm not going to say the first one. What does that mean? Were you...
Yeah... I'm gonna go with not raped. I can't say that stuff about him. Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
By they, she means the Hardy Boys.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery, sexual assault maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
Titus asked you to spice things up. For us.
Pretty much.
She cradles her coffee cup in both hands.
Warming them.
I'm not really feeling about the second one. Are you sure? I'm not crazy about that. What did happen between you and... You know what? Screw it. We're a police officer. We're meant to ask weird questions. let's go with the second one. Although that's something I would never ever do. Are you sure you weren't raped?
I'm 89% sure.
So you're not entirely sure?
You know how it is.
Do you?
Do I?
Maybe you don't.
The ash lands on her jumpsuit. She brushes it off.
There are numerous cigarette burns on those silvery scales. Easy to see now that you're closer.
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here.
Let's ask the chat. Is it okay then? Nobody deserves to be raped. We're gonna need a serious statement. She doesn't want to acknowledge what happened. Or, you know, Lieutenant, I don't know what to say about all this. This is too much for me. What shall we say? Well, if chat doesn't know, I guess we don't know. Lieutenant, I don't know. The chat doesn't know what to say about this.
I'm sorry, miss, but we need a definite statement.
Let me make this 100% clear then, officers. I was not sexually assaulted. Would I be this flippant if I had been?
You get the feeling she's done enough opiates and needed enough nacra to still be flippant if her arm were cut off and fed to her.
What did happen between you and the victim?
We partied.
What kind of partying? The kind I do?
With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that.
Harder than this? I didn't know it was physically possible.
Oh, it is. You're still alive.
That is a good point. We're not dead.
What did you do when you partied?
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex.
You were lovers?
I guess you can say that, yes, a bit. Lovers is such an emotional word. But there was something there. We did enough drugs for there to be.
How did you two meet?
The lieutenant's voice is quiet, calm.
Downstairs, at the bar. He was on some sort of assignment, a military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
She appears aloof, but that scar part, the scary, is stressed and drawn out. What's that about? Apprehension?
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that.
It must have been hard for you, seeing him there as we point to the yard.
Oh, yes. I've had a great view. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant.
You called us, the RCM.
Yes.
Jackpot.
The call. Reporting the hanging? That was you?
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
Before we go on, if it's snitching, why do it?
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. He just kept hanging there. Then they started stripping him.
The caller's voice was disguised.
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little.
Nicked it? How?
With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
So, she's God's mystery phone cutter.
Aha. It all comes together. In the process, you broke the landline downstairs.
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing.
Still, that's pretty clever tampering. Simple and clever. Crossing the lines like that.
Seems like you had some idea. That was nifty.
Thanks.
She manages a smile.
She looks a bit like a little girl who's just been complimented on her bike repair skills.
Why go through all the trouble?
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the Union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there.
What can you tell me about him? Name, eyes, age?
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about his... I don't know. Hair.
Another puff. More nervous.
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
She meant she sees him in her dreams.
I've also seen him in a dream.
You have? Not like I do, I imagine.
She's run out of cigarette. Time to light a new one.
She sees them in each other's arms.
You're in each other's arms.
Yes. And then he's dead. His mouth agape.
She looks into the light green pack of cigarettes and pulls out another one, preparing to light it. I see him as me.
She dips the cigarette in the lighter's flame and inhales, then looks at you with her lungs full of smoke.
I can see the similarity, yes.
She breathes out through her nostrils. The air smells of menthol.
Funny.
The lieutenant says softly.
Funny how?
Nothing. I also saw him. We had a long inspection and that sort of thing sticks with you. Let's move on.
It's awfully candid of Kim to say something like that during an interview. What did they hang him for, if not rape?
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
And his role in this strike was what?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
How do the Hardy Boys know you?
They're frequent guests downstairs. They have a booth for Union members. They're probably down there now.
They are. How did you meet?
Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter.
Did you party?
A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
Oh, clicked that too hard. I'm sorry for that.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
I have.
Which one?
Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
Could that have been part of the reason they hanged him?
Could that be why they lynched him? Jealousy?
I hope not. Actually, I know that's not the reason. I'm careful about that kind of thing. Not crossing the wires, you know? But that's probably where they got the rape idea.
What do you mean?
Men like that? I don't know. It's the way their imaginations work. I suspect it's what they'd like to do to me.
She changes balance from one foot to another, crossing her legs.
Thank you for pointing that out, electrochemistry. Thank you for telling us all of this, miss.
She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
I had something else before we go. A little thing.
She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
I'm not sure if we do have anything to talk about outside of volition. Why did she say she's a suspect? I don't think these have anything under them, but let's go through them.
Yeah?
Yeah, nothing
All
in
right.
there.
Not my favorite topic, but okay.
Nothing under that.
How about we, change the subject to something more lighthearted now?
We do have a volition check. 42%. Plus 1 base. Why did she say she's a suspect? Maybe we can try this. If the chat wants to improve my volition, that would be a psyche buff. And you'd have to remove one of my other traits or attributes for that. But let's give chat a chance to give our volition, improved volition, to be 6. Let's see if it works. This is a white check. We can try it later. It's not a big deal if we fail it now. We're still at 42. No, it's 58. Let's go.
Soft, light brown eyes look back at you, directly into the space behind your eye sockets. You see the smoke rise from between her painted red lips. She's beautiful. I have bad news for you.
What?
You know these guys? Who? Me? Yes, you. He's talking about you, you boring stiff. You too. Me? What did I do? These guys are compromised. She's got them singing along to her tune. The little bleeps and bloops you trust for info, you can't trust them anymore.
What?
Believe it.
Which ones exactly are affected?
There's no way of knowing. At the moment, I'm afraid it's best to assume. All of them. Bullshit, man. I ain't compromised. Especially that guy. That guy's the most compromised one in here. No fucking way, man. I just want a drag of that sweet menthol Ziggy. Really? Quick, tell me what's under her jumpsuit. Glory, truth, softness. Protect her. She wants you. I take it back. He's got it pretty bad. But this next guy's on another level entirely. She likes you. The crown head is a boring condom. He's jealous. This is human nature.
How did this happen?
How it always does. Through subtlety.
What can I do?
There's nothing you can do about it. You are how you are, and she is how she is. Things will go as they do.
Can't you turn them normal again?
No,
What use is this then?
it's better to know you're being played than to be played without knowing it, is it not?
Does this mean she's been lying to me?
Yes. Mr. Thespian here has been singing paeans to how truthful she is. She is a lady, most fair and just. In his defense, to reduce him to such inadequacy, she probably had to employ half-truths more often than outright lies. That is correct. And omissions too.
Volition, can I trust that guy?
A little. They're all still of limited use, interpreting things to the best of their ability. Maybe they add flair or something. I wouldn't know. I don't add flair. But when it comes to assessments of character and factual accuracy, they are not to be trusted. Not with her.
Can I trust any of them ever again?
Don't be melodramatic. You can trust them. Just not with Miss Oranje disco dancer hair. A light green speck and imperfection on the outer rim of her right iris. It sparkles.
What is her plan?
You can't draw a sound conclusion. The one who usually does says, She may want to control the information rollout, not to become a suspect. She may have a past she's escaping, unrelated to this case. You doubt it's something truly insidious. See? It's oddly moderate, probably compromised.
I've been talking to myself long enough. Let's get back to it.
Don't worry. It's only been 4 or 5 seconds. You've got this.
Miss, are you manipulating me?
The silence broken. She exhales a little cloud of smoke and says,
God, no.
Well, that's definitely interesting. Let's return to this later, miss.
Why not? I'll be here until 11 p.m., drinking coffee, most likely.
Well, that was something. So something about her is off. And the little bits, the various parts of our brain are completely compromised now. For some reason, there's something about her, and our volition is at 5, so it makes sense that it would scout out something like that. It's definitely probably something we have to keep in mind when we interrogate her later. She seems to be candid about the current situation, about being sexually assaulted. She seems to be, well, she's clear about the Hardy Boys giving us the runaround. But there's something about her that throws us off. We can't trust our scent. Kim has something to say. What's that, Kim?
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy Boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window.
You think this will make them cooperate?
Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan.
Why did she tell us all of that?
What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it.
Yeah, Volition just gave us the... Yeah, this one. I have reason to doubt my ability to see through her lies.
If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her.
Something is off here, though.
You think so? She seemed forthcoming. Unusually so. Being forthcoming about some things is a good way to obscure other things. The best liars are always forthcoming. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back here soon enough.
I'm sure it will. And we have to talk to the Hardy Boys now. We also have this mysterious door that we kicked open. We should probably explore that as well. It's 14:41 p.m. in Martinez, and we still haven't gotten to that new area we unlocked this morning. Because suddenly we have a lot of things to do. We have more people to talk to. We have more areas to explore. We will get to the new area eventually. For right now, though, I think we're going to save our game. We're going to take a bit of a break. And we're going to also typo the name. There we go. That's better. So, today, we questioned Klaasje about the dead man, but we need to talk to her later when she's collected herself about the specifics. She can't do it right now, which is reasonable. We need to confront the Hardy Boys about what Klaasje told us. And ask Klaasje about Sunday night later about what we did on Sunday night before our return to reality. And ask Renee about the Maybells. They probably know something about it. For right now, we're going to take a short break. And I'll see you next time for Disco Elysium.